Hi everyone, it's AJ. Um, Not really going for this spooky look, but it's almost 7 on Sunday morning, and Lord had a download. It's a revelation about some other things that I was woken up in my personal life that deals with my family and such. But as I came in my closet to pray, he was showing me this coronavirus or COVID-19. And what we have to take from this situation that happened is we need to be concerned with our neighbor. We need to not be so self consumed that we are oblivious to the people around us and what they're going through and dealing with, and the world around us. Because with this, I'm not even sure when it actually started. When it did start, we weren't aware of it because it didn't hit our front door. So let's look it up. The earliest case detected was on November 17th. So this report said that the Chinese authorities identified at least 266 people who contracted the virus last year. So 4 months later is now when we're in the US and we're responding to it. It's affecting us. What God is saying is that's too long. When it was happening in China, we in the US weren't concerned with it. From an individual standpoint, we weren't concerned with it. We continued to go on and live our lives and fall out with individuals and fight and just be in the world and be of the world and go to church. And how many of our prayers were for the individuals in China that were dealing with this? Now, granted, the earliest case happened in November, but there's no telling when the US found out about it. But once we knew that there was an epidemic on our hands, did we respond the way that we're responding now because it's in our country? Not only is it in our country, but it's in our states. Not only is it in our states, but it's locally. It's in our neighborhoods. And now we're all being affected. And what God is saying is that we need to respond faster. This is our golden hour. You know, the golden hour is that time when medically something happens to an individual and you have an hour or so, a certain amount of time in order to get to that individual in order to save their life. This is what we're in as a people. We're in that golden hour and we need to realize it. So for those individuals who have never known about Jesus, or the individuals who don't believe that God is real, We need to have those conversations because the hour is near. We need to be concerned and take action when it comes to the people who are not in our immediate families, but they're affected by us. They're affected by us and we're affected by them. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is new for me, y'all. I'm doing my best to be obedient and hear from Him. Being obedient to speak what He wants me to say, when He wants me to say it, how He wants me to say it, despite how I'm looking. So that's why I'm sitting here with my hair in some plaits and with this yellow t-shirt on in the dark without the proper lighting and all of that. The environmental conditions for me to record this right now were not optimal. But that's how it is in our situation right now, in our worlds right now, in our lives right now. The conditions that we're in are not optimal, but we have to continue to hear from Him and we have to continue to move forward. We can't allow this to be a time of distraction where we lose focus on the assignments, where we lose focus of our purpose, our mission, and what we're supposed to do. So work out, eat healthy, pray, fast, stay connected as much as you can. But be aware of what's happening in the world. There are people out there who are not taking this seriously because it hasn't hit their front door. But we need everybody to pay attention to what is happening because something is happening. There is a shift in the world right now. So this is the time to pay attention, to listen, to use your spiritual senses, meaning get before God and pray. Get in a quiet space and hear from Him. Turn away from all sins, lying, stealing, fornication, etc. Turn away from these sins. We have to turn away from these sins so that we could hear from Him. And we have to be prayerful, be mindful that even though there's things that happen around the world that seem like they don't affect us, they could before we know it. Amen.